Have you ever met someone who talks big but never does anything? Or maybe you've been that person too, excited about a dream, ready to share it with everyone, but when it's time to act, the fire fades away. What if I told you that sometimes the more you talk about your dreams, the less likely you are to achieve them?
This is the story of Ethan, a young man with big dreams. He wanted to build something great, something that would make his parents proud. Every night, he'd sit with his friends and tell them his plans, how he would start a business, travel the world, and change his life forever. His friends admired him. Some laughed, some clapped, and some said, "Man, you're going to do big things."
And each time Ethan heard that, he felt a little spark of pride. It felt good, like he was already successful, even though he hadn't done a thing yet. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And Ethan's dream? Still just talk. Every time he started working on his plan, he got distracted. Sometimes it was a new movie. Sometimes it was another motivational video. But mostly, it was the comfort of talking instead of doing. One evening, while sitting at a cafe, Ethan met his old school friend, John. John wasn't the smartest student. In fact, he struggled a lot in school. But that evening, when Ethan saw him, John looked different, confident, calm, successful. Ethan asked, "So, bro, what are you up to these days?" John smiled. "Just running my small construction company. Things are growing slowly, but I'm learning every day." Ethan's smile froze. Wait, what? John? The same guy who barely passed exams? Ethan couldn't believe it. He asked, "Bro, when did you start this? I never heard about it." John shrugged. "I didn't tell anyone. I just started." That line hit Ethan like a punch. I didn't tell anyone. I just started. He walked home that night in silence. Every step felt heavy. He thought about all those times he told others what he would do and how proud he felt just saying it. But now he realized something. He had been fooling himself. Talking about his dreams gave him the illusion of progress, but in reality, he was still at the starting line. That night, Ethan did something different. He turned off his phone. He sat down with a notebook and wrote only one line at the top. No more talking, just doing. The next morning, he woke up early. No announcements, no posts, no grand plans. Just action. He started small, reading about his field, saving a bit of money, taking short online courses, learning new skills. He didn't tell anyone this time. He just kept going quietly. Weeks passed, then months. His friends noticed he wasn't hanging out much. Some even joked, "Bro, what happened? Where's your big dream talk?" Ethan just smiled and said, "I'm working on something." He didn't argue. He didn't explain. He let silence do the talking. At first, progress was slow. There were days he wanted to quit. Days when his mind said, "You're wasting your time." But every time doubt crept in, Ethan remembered John's words. "I didn't tell anyone. I just started." And that became his mantra. He worked late nights, failed a few times, learned from mistakes, and kept improving quietly. The world didn't see his effort, but he could feel the difference inside, the shift from talking to doing. After a year, something incredible happened. Ethan launched his first real project, a small online business. It wasn't massive, but it was real. It was his. He didn't post about it, he didn't tell anyone, but those who once laughed started to notice his silence and the results that came with it. One day, Ethan met his old friends again. They talked about life, work, and dreams, and one of them asked, "Ethan, man, where have you been? You disappeared." Ethan smiled gently and said, "Sometimes you need to disappear to really build yourself. No arrogance, no pride, just quiet confidence." And that's when he realized the loudest noise in the world comes from people who are doing nothing. The quiet ones are the ones actually building something. So here's the truth. If you really want to achieve something, stop announcing it. Stop trying to impress others with what you will do. Because dreams don't grow through words, they grow through work. Every time you talk too soon about your goals, your brain feels rewarded, as if you've already achieved them. And that little fake reward kills your hunger to actually do it. But when you stay silent, when you let your actions speak, you stay hungry, focused, and grounded. And that's where real progress begins. So if you're planning something big, don't post it. Don't explain it. Don't shout it. Just do it. Because one day, when you finally succeed, you won't need to say, "I told you so." Your results will say it for you. Remember this: dreams whispered in silence grow the strongest, and actions done in quiet make the loudest noise.